listen. I don't know if it was an epiphany, but it kind of opened my eyes. I found out every American has thought this. Why is it pronounced Arkansas, but it spells Arkansas, right? Fun fact. Arkansas became a state in 1836. Kansas became a state in 1861. Have we been pronouncing Kansas wrong? And should it be Kansas? Oh, my gosh. Have you... think about it.
Jesus. I don't know if I have the brain width to...
Everybody's like, well, why is it not Arkansas? Well, why is it not Kansas? Have you ever thought of that?
I haven't.
Oh.
Can't say.
You haven't? You haven't thought of, like, stuff like, are there more wheels or doors in the world?
Oh, no. You hit me with that the other night. I can't. I'm over here just happy to see that you're over here feeling like Big Joe Rowe over here. The whole time.
I don't know what's...
No, leading up to this, there's probably nothing that was harder than keeping this guy just refrain from talking about Joe Rowe every other sentence. Well, Joe Rowe. I'm like, dude, if you don't stop.
First off, never in my life have I said Joe Rowe.
God, well, look.
He's he would get mad if somebody called him Joe Rowe.
You remind me of one of the 90s kids when Jordan was hot, you know, and everybody was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be like Jordan. It's like, hey, let's just get in the league, all right? We're here.
Yeah. That's a really valid point. I have no clue where this is going to go, but I will always remember this, like what happened before today. Like before I got here, I was helping my mom mow, and I kind of like lost track of time. And she, like, long story short, Denny told me, he was like, hey, can you go get me a beer? And I was like, yeah, sure. Well, I was over on the other side of the property, and I saw my mom get in my car, drive over, and she's like, it's 7:30, you got to be there at 8. And I'm like, she cares, bro.
It's real, right.
She really cares. So
Denny,
I'm like, and I told her, I was like, if I ever hit it big, or I don't know what's going to, like, I don't care if like 3 people listen. If 3 people listen besides the us, I'm going to be excited. I really am.
Stop.
But
you were when we first were talking about it though, man. He was talking Joe Rogan numbers, man.
Well,
I loved it though. It was funny.
No. But everybody thinks that. Like,
yeah, kind of.
I don't want to be that douchebag that says like, I mean, if you're going to do something, be the best at it. But
go big, aim high.
Yeah, go big or go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Again, I think of like the league. It's like, everybody can't be Jordan.
No,
can't. But damn it, if you make it, I'm happy too.
I mean, hey, like we all get paid the same. So, or well, we all get paid. Like if you make it to the league, you're going to get paid.
Yeah.
So
as long as I can, ball, I'm all right.
I don't know. Like there are some people I want to have on that I'll mention. I should have mentioned this before it got off or before we went live. That I don't know if it would be appropriate if I had them on. And I know there are certain people, but it's not bad. It's just like,
I say bring them on. I don't even know who you're talking about. Bring them on.
Okay. I told you that yesterday, didn't I? Yeah. It's kind of like, it's really weird. It's like you always envision, like, I wouldn't even say it's a dream, but
kind of is.
Kind of, but you always envision like I'm gonna do like what you do, your deal. Like you finally get that deal, and you're like, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, J. Cole said it best. There's what did he say? There's beauty in the journey, and ugliness isn't success.
Right.
So it's kind of like, ooh, here we are. This is it. Okay, now what?
Now you just keep going. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're the dog chasing the car.
Yeah.
You caught the car now.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
No. Yeah.
Bark?
I'll go after the next car, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Actually, now that he's here, I kind of feel like nervous, like we're just having a conversation, just so someone can listen.
Right.
Yeah,
he's the official first listener.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, number 1. So he gets
number 1. So
subscriptions for life.
Yeah, free subscriptions, even though it's free.
Yeah. For right now. You know,
Yeah.
makes it like you make it like Joe Rowe though.
But you really never thought about that, the whole Kansas?
No, not ever.
So
Those are states I don't think of. I just don't think of Arkansas and Kansas.
No. But you never said like, it literally says Arkansas right there. You've never that's never popped in your head.
No, it's interesting that you said that because I really, but that's what I'm saying. I don't read about Arkansas.
I had in 7th grade, I had this real goofy kid as a classmate, and school wasn't his thing. I'm not saying he was dumb. He's very smart, like outside, but not in school. And for extra credit, our teacher would say, "All right, I'm gonna say the initials of a state, and you just got to come up and whisper it in my ear, so other kids wouldn't hear it." He said AR, and kid came up. He was like, "Arkansas," and then everyone's just waiting, and then the teacher laughs, and he's like, "Well, you're not wrong. I said AK for Arkansas, and then so and so said Arkansas." So
a teacher laughing at a student nowadays get your ass in trouble too.
Oh, it's unreal. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Remember Mr. Arn? Oh my God, bro!
His son was the teacher.
Oh no,
that did it.
And we got the original.
Yeah.
Mr. Arn was ruthless.
Like, what do you give me an example?
Like, he would call you stupid straight up.
Oh.
Like, you're dumb.
Oh, no.
Straight up.
Really? You just gonna say that like that?
Bro, I'm telling you. I don't know how many times. No, he'd be hitting you with so many things sometimes, and you know me,
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, screw you.
Damn.
Old man.
First episode, just gonna call out names and stuff.
No, it is what it is. It's the past.
Yeah.
And Mr. Arn's awesome. He's great. He was one of the best math teachers I've ever had.
Backtracking.
But he definitely, he was ruthless, bro. I don't think he would be able to get away with.
Well, his son was my teacher, and he wasn't. He was nowhere like that, but he would kind of pick on you in a friendly way.
Yeah.
He would just give everybody a hard time.
Biggest Ohio State fan ever.
Oh yeah, there was this kid. He was really, really smart in math, and then, how I don't want to say teachers favor kids, but they tend to like the kids that really show potential. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he would name this one kid Davis. He was just Davis, you're up, or something like that.
Right.
And then there was this other kid. He would call him W. His name was Warren. He would just say W. And it was dub, dub nation.
Right.
Dub, yeah.
Right.
So that was pretty cool.
No, his love for Ohio State. So in 6th grade, we had they divided everybody in 4 different I wouldn't say classes, but we had different names. Remember that? We were the Cardinals, and then the Wolverines, Buckeyes. This dude's favorite class was the Buckeyes, of course. And he would and then he would always talk about the Wolverines and stuff. The worst class was us. What class was you? You remember? Was you Wolverine? Yeah, we were Cardinals. So
who were
So okay.
What team was the Cardinal? That's what I'm saying.
No, so it would work out they randomly. I don't know how they got all the kids that they would put in these groups, but you would have these groups in 6th grade, and you had to earn your recess, right? So if you're good and everybody's fine, then they'd spell it out recess, for each day, and we were the worst class. It took us months to get one. It was bad.
You mentioned recess. Somebody told me today that Summit Country Day, they don't offer physical education like PE or gym, but for your credit for graduation, if you play a sport, you have that counts as your credit for physical education. I thought that was kind of
they totally eliminated it. You can't.
There's no teacher there that does. Physical education.
You're forcing the hand to if I want some kind of physical education, I have to play a sport.
Yeah. What if people don't want to play a sport?
Yeah, well, I just want to lift.
Yeah. I mean, and then instantly someone will say, well, what about academic team? What if people just want to go to school? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Academics lift.
Like I played soccer, and I didn't play soccer. I was on the team. I sat the bench and talked shit. But then, like, even that, like, as the season went on, I was like, man, this shit's exhausting. Just get the season over with so I can go home and sit around and do nothing, you know? But, yeah.
That's crazy.
Good times, man. Crazy that was like 10 years just goes by like that, right?
Yeah, just like earlier talking about, you know, like you had that 10-year reunion, and then it's like, it's crazy that even that just happened. You guys had a reunion? That's what I said.
Hold on. It's not. Wait, when you do reunions, do you think it's appropriate to do them in like graduation season, or just do them anytime in that 10-year mark? Because somebody told me, he was like, "Yeah, man, I got 20-year reunion this year. We're doing it in October."
Right.
Wow. No, like do it in like June or May. Huh? That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think it depends on too, like it would be appropriate maybe like if you're from Georgetown, maybe during the fair, like something like that.
That's really good.
You know, I can see that.
Yeah, it seems like everybody comes in for fair.
Yeah,
everybody. You know.
Yeah.
I remember like Bolsey's, they would have so much business, they would leave the door open.
Oh yeah, it would be crazy.
Yeah. So
that's now
I'm like, what? So we're just gonna leave the door open? Anybody can walk in?
Oh yeah, he didn't care.
Yeah.
Small town shit.
That's money, man.
Yeah.
Like,
come on in.
Does not care.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And probably stayed up really late.
Like Snoop said, he was like, you know, when we talk business, you know, I'm focused in. You know, that's money in my pocket. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
So, speaking of money, Elon Musk. That dude, like...
That was a conversation at the barbershop also.
Did you see what he posted on Twitter? It was a picture of... It was like a side-by-side of Bill Gates with like a little belly. I mean, he has a belly, like kind of just like a small beer gut, I guess. And it was like a bad picture of him. And then the emoji for like a pregnant man. And it showed it like side by side, and like over 1 million people liked it. And the caption was, if you ever need to lose a boner, here's a good picture.
So is he? Where's he at with it? Is he even
what
like with the Twitter?
I think
because somebody was trying to say he really did.
You can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if I'm saying this wrong. I think basically he told him he bought 9% of the shares.
Yeah,
and they asked him to be on the board, right? And then he turned that down because he wanted to buy more. But if you're on the board, you can only own 14.9. The most you can own is 14.9% of stocks in that company. So he wanted to buy it outright for like $43 billion.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Jack Dorsey actually is. Does he have anything to do with Twitter anymore? I don't know. Okay. But somehow they stopped it, and he basically told him, in the most professional way possible, he said, look, if you don't take this offer, I'm going to have to reconsider myself as a shareholder. Basically saying, you don't take this offer, I'm going to sell everything, and you're going to drop like 15, 20%. Because if he sells that many, like the stock price is just going to go down. So like what's 15%, like 45 or like 40? I don't know. It'd probably go down like $8. Let's just say it's 40. 15% would be 8, right? Right. 10% of 40 would be 4, and then another 10% would be. Oh wait, no, it'd go down like $6. I think.
I'm just sitting there thinking, if you're the Twitter,
6. So it would go down like $6
a share.
Yeah, $6 a share. So
I mean, I would take that. I would take that hit.
Yeah.
You can always bounce back.
I'm not the best at math.
No, but I get it.
That's the whole reason I only
get it. But that's not going to crash them. That wouldn't sink them.
No.
I wouldn't let one man, like, dictate my business if I was them.
But that's just a math thing, right? Like, if you sell that much stock, the price is going to go down. It's like...
Yeah,
like
limits, because he owns so much. Yeah. I think he can only sell so much at a time to prevent that.
You know, this is actually going to help us out, because when I read this back, or when I listen to this, I'm going to hear if I can Like, I'm going to know if I can hear Michael's voice from a distance. So it might just be talking like this. But
He deserves a mic.
yeah. Yeah. But you're kind of like that off-camera dude. Like, you know,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
What?
That's
you got
the-
breaking news? What's up?
Yeah. That's the guy you like. Shout out to Mike when you got your award.
Yeah, but oh man, he's like, he said something about Netflix, right? I think I sent you a screenshot of that or something. He said something about Netflix and it dropped like, I don't know if it was 15% or I think it dropped maybe like $30 or something. It dropped big. Like whatever he says goes.
Screw all that.
Scares me just because he manipulate the market so much. And then he'll like have it like say he buys a company, then he'll say, "Oh, this company's gold. Everyone will buy it," and then he sells his stuff for a profit, and everyone's lost.
Right. Right.
So is he, in a way, is he possibly screwing everybody?
Yes.
Oh.
So him buying Twitter could be really detrimental.
Yeah, that's what I was saying at the barbershop because the guy was saying
Well-
like for sure that he said for sure that he had bought it, and he was like, "That's kind of cool," and I'm like, "Actually, I don't know."
Because he's already manipulated the market multiple times when he tweets and like.
Yeah.
But he said he was going to try to make it go private, so.
How?
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, how do you make something that was private and then it became public? How do you go back to private? I guess.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of like this podcast. If I don't want to do an episode, I don't have to do an episode.
you just don't do
know?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just one of those things where it might even like I don't know. Like I do understand where people say like there should be more kind of public attachments to it because it's so much influence, right? Like even when they took off Trump, I mean that was wrong. I mean
Yeah.
I don't like what the guy was saying, but
Yeah, it's like
you know
the way I look at it, freedom of speech is like the ultimate, like, what do you call it? Like Swiss Army knife or whatever. Like you can do,
Right.
double-bladed sword.
right.
Like, here, a perfect example is this. Your freedom of speech is also your freedom, like you have the right to vote. But you also have the right to not vote.
Right.
And you always hear, well, if you don't vote, then you shouldn't complain about the issues. That's what freedom of speech is. You don't now, does it make sense? No, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Like, and people can say like, oh, well, my vote doesn't matter. Your vote probably doesn't matter. But, you can bitch and moan about the stuff and not vote and still bitch and moan about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
People are going to do that anyways.
Yeah. And I think like local votes, the midterms and the other stuff in between, like the odd year voting.
Yeah.
I think that's more important than the presidential vote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like you're voting like township trustees,
Yeah.
you're voting levies,
Yeah.
certain laws for your state, commissioners, shit like that. Like that is
Has more an effect.
that
to
has
you.
more effect than who the president is.
Yeah.
You know what I
Agreed.
mean? Like, so, yeah, 2024, that's going to be wild.
Oh my god! I
And
do
you know
think
what?
about that. Like Facebook is going to be wild and crazy and all kinds of memes because those what's that called? The I don't want to say is it just the Russian bots, if you will, that was putting out a lot of stuff out there. Then you got the Chinese too.
Yeah.
So and it's not the fact that we know that's coming. It's the people reacting to it.
Yeah.
It's like, man, we know this
If you
wave
just
is coming.
don't- yeah.
Yeah, if you just see it and just say, you know what, this has nothing to do with my economic, standards right now or whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I don't know when Hillary, said she was going to run for president, what year, but I do remember, I got an update on my phone from, Apple News stories saying real estate mogul Donald Trump has officially declared his run for the 2016 presidency. That was in June of 2015. So that's 16, 17 months of campaigning.
Yeah.
So a year from now, we're going to hear it seems like you have to campaign for the longest time. Like they were doing a Republican debate
Yeah.
in August of 2015.
God, they're so.
It's like 15 months before, bro.
Those Republican
That's
debates are so much more entertaining.
Yeah, yeah.
They just go at each other's.
But
It's so funny.
I think Chris Christie said it best. He's like, bro, why are we talking about sports gambling? We're talking about how people handle their own earned money and all this going on in the world, and we're talking about sports gambling. And everybody was like, yeah, cheer for him.
Dude, that platform, if Trump runs, I don't see anybody even giving
if,
him an. Yeah, I know.
When,
I know, but you just never know.
Yeah.
But like, there's just nobody that's gonna. He's going to smack everybody. He said something about Ted Cruz's wife, bro. Like, I don't care what game we're playing. Like, you know, it's like acting. It's like that's what they're doing. You know, and it's like, hey man, you know, hey, play along. You know, and then we're over here playing along, and it's like you start getting into it really crazy, talking about his wife and his dad, like,
and that was before Will Smith. God. So now we have Will Smith in here. What's going to happen?
Now Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Mike Tyson.
I think everybody felt for Mike Tyson on that.
Yeah, well, did you see the video afterwards? Like the guy was just sitting there, like his lips were puckered, but it like I saw like honor in his face.
Yeah, he got
like,
what he wanted.
But yeah. Like if I wouldn't like the actual pain of it, but I would die saying Mike Tyson punched me.
Well, and that's what he wanted.
That would be the peak moment of my life.
Who knows what he can do with that video now too, right?
I think he actually threw a water, like he was harassing him, but I heard he threw a water bottle at him. So, you know, and you know, like.
I wish he would have got the old. I wish he would have got the.
Is he going?
Yeah, he probably.
Oh, all right. See you, Mike.
No, I think he might be going to the bathroom.
Oh, well, we'll find out.
Right. Yeah, he left his water.
Oh, okay.
No, I wish he would have. It would have been. He would have hit him with one of those old right or left hooks.
Well, he kind of got him in like a bad position because,
like,
you know.
Just,
but Mike's like short and like stocky. If I were that guy, now obviously I don't know the full situation. If I would just fall on the ground, you know, because he was punching him over the seat.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like. Did you see what Dana White said? There's like this clip, like from a couple years ago, like Dana White's sitting like in first class in this private jet, and then Mike Tyson just walks up and he's like, "Hey, get up!" And he's like, "But this is my seat. I like it."
Right.
He's like, "Well, I like it more." And then he gets up, and then like Mike's just like sitting there, and then Dana's just like, "What do I do?"
No,
and then he posted that, and he's like, "Hey, dummies, next time you're around Mike Tyson in a plane, this is what you need to do." You know.
Yeah, you respect somebody like
him,
that.
So
that guy's an animal. If you listen to him talk, like the depths that he goes when he talks about his old fights, it's scary. Like that's depth that we've never had to like go and even want to go. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know why you even mess with somebody like that. Like I want to be on his nicest side. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm bringing out everything nice about him, but guy's brave for trying to take a punch.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take a punch from 50-year-old Mike either.
No.
I'm not doing it. You're going to have to be in, like, in a wheelchair or something.
Yeah. Man.
I'm just saying, that gives me more of a chance. You know, I can jump.
Yeah.
Kick you in the face, give me a chance to run.
Like Mike said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. That guy's plan was to harass him, and then he got punched in the face, and he didn't know what to do. Just take it like a man.
And that's the sad thing, because nowadays we live in a world where people will push the issue and go that far just to get virals, you know, to get clicks or to get views, if you will.
Yeah. That 15 minutes of fame, like everybody just wants to go viral. They don't care what it is. Yeah. Like, you know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Right. Seriously. Here we are talking about it, right? Giving them clout.
Yeah.
You been keeping up with the playoffs?
Oh. Yeah.
How about you've been keeping up with them Celtics?
Honestly, it would not surprise me if the Nets came back and won.
They're not going to come back and win. That's not happening.
I don't think they will, but
they've broken their will.
But I will say this: I don't care. There are multiple series I don't care about. I don't care about Milwaukee and Chicago.
Yeah, we know that's going.
Yeah, I don't care about the Suns and Pelicans.
That's interesting. I do like watching that one.
It is, but But it's interesting now that Devin Booker got hurt.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody wanted to see how good the Pelicans are. That's really what it is.
I don't care about the Heat and
Atlanta.
Hawks. Who's the 4 and 5?
If Atlanta wins the next game, I'm really interested in it.
Who's the 4 and 5? Oh yeah, I don't care about Philly and Toronto at all.
And Philly.
No.
That one's good too. Damn, you are not a basketball fan.
No.
You gotta watch.
No. But you know what's going to happen. Like the first round is fun because there's all this basketball, but it's also like there are some like you're just watching a 16 versus a 1 for 4 times.
See, that's why I disagree. And I think we're seeing this in NFL already, where it really doesn't matter what the number is, because. You're starting to see these mid-majors and all that, get all these really good athletes.
Yep.
And, of course, the bigger schools are getting athletes and getting better. I think you might see some upsets, but I get what you're saying, with the 1 and 8 and stuff like that. Now, of course, you're seeing that right now with because the Nets were supposed to be that 8 team, that scary 8 team.
But the good thing about the East is like I think it was 1 through 6 or 1 through 5. I think it was 1 through 6 were like 6 games from first. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like
that's what I'm saying.
It was that crazy.
It's getting really competitive, man.
Yeah. But
not like the old days where if you had it was an anomaly if you had a Shaq or
I'm really interested in Memphis and Minnesota.
Yep.
I'm really interested to see what Luka can do.
Yep.
What else? I feel like there's one more I'm missing. Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's.
Nuggets and Warriors.
Yeah.
Like the Nuggets won today finally.
Yeah.
But look, Warriors are great. Yeah. They're probably going to make it to at least the conference finals. They might even make the finals. But everybody's praising them. They're praising Jordan Poole, which they should, because he's becoming a star. But they're playing against Joker and nobody else.
All right.
Like, play them against Jamal Murray and Michael Porter. Now, I'm not saying I think all healthy, I think they would win, but I think it would be 7 games.
It'd be a really competitive game.
Yeah,
right.
because Denver has a lot of faith in Michael Porter Jr. They signed him to an extension, like a 5-year extension, I think last year or 2 years ago, and it was like $172 million for 5 years. And it can be $207 million if he makes one All-NBA team. One time.
Man.
So he could be like 3rd team All-NBA, and then he makes an extra, $35,000?
Right. It's funny how much money is just thrown around in the league. And, when Steph Curry kind of came in the league, of course, we all know, we grew up in the big man era, you dump the ball down low and you work your way out or from the inside out.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, it's just I love human watching, people watching, if you will, because we react so crazy and forget what actually can work, right? And just like now with the Nets, people are like, oh, you can just throw a team together. Hey, we got something. No.
Yeah.
Look at the Celtics. Jason Tatum and Brown and Marcus Smart. Look at what they've been through. Mm-hmm. And then that's why you can't do that. I will always take, our era was the San Antonio Spurs. That was that era that I'm talking about, where they've always had the big 3 and they've been through it. I'll take that over nowadays where they just, they play here for 2 years and success or not, they go somewhere else. No, build. Go through some shit. Come on.
I admire the Celtics because how much belief they have in this team. Yeah. Because I can't name specific moments, but there have been multiple times where teams have teams never go for Jason Tatum. They always want to go for Jaylen Brown because they know Jason Tatum is what they're building around. Mm-hmm. But they go with so many teams have offered 2 first-round picks for Jaylen Brown.
Right.
And no, they refuse to trade Jaylen Brown because they have that much faith in him. Yeah. And now you got Marcus Smart. It seems like every year at the trade deadline, Marcus Smart is in the rumor mill
Right.
about talking or
Right.
about
And then he
getting
does
traded.
something like this, where
Yeah,
he gets
and
a
then he wins
player-
Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So
It amazes me that you see, like, I just feel like, man, if I own a sports team, I could do better than like half of these like owners, because you could just tell it's a money grab. Because like Cincinnati Reds, like, do y'all sign anybody? Do y'all actually sign to climb? They don't. They get rid of their players. You know, they make their money. They get them all hyped up, and then they send them to the Dodgers,
yeah,
the Mets. And here we are, ass out as fans, thinking, oh, we had a good year and we made it to the playoffs and we might be able to go maybe to the second round. Nope.
okay. Here's my thing.
It hurts my heart, Jake.
I don't give a fuck about the Reds. I just don't care about baseball.
But don't you want it to have like Cincinnati thriving, like the Bengals balling, right? And then Cincinnati Reds like just Cincinnati just thriving. Like we need that.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Right.
We're talking about sports teams over here. Like it would be good for the
No,
economy.
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
all I think about. Where's the
Yeah.
money?
where's the money going? Right.
Yeah.
No, seriously though, it's true, man. It starts making a thriving city.
Wait. If a company, back to the Elon Musk, and you talk about money, if the company does go private, do people that own that, do they just get their money back?
So it depends. So once he gets like 50%, he has or 51%, he has majority shareholder, and then he can vote and do what he wants. But if those other people who then have parts or like shares, he would have to buy them.
Now,
So they get money, but it could fluctuate based on him having so much of it. It really depends.
okay.
It's crazy.
Last question. When he says he wants to buy it for like 54 and some odd change per share, and that equals to 43 billion, is that 43 billion getting him to over 50%, or is he going to own like all of it?
I think that's the whole company. So you just multiply all the shares by what the stock price is to get that.
So if I own, like, say I own like 10 shares of that, and then he buys it, do I lose those 10 shares, or?
I don't know exactly how it works. I've never bought a company, unfortunately.
I'm still working on
Well,
that.
yet. You haven't bought a company yet.
God, man, you're so behind, man. Jeez.
Worst day of my life so far.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I think you would still have your shares technically until you got to get paid.
Yeah. Then get paid out or something, yeah.
I don't know how it works though.
Okay. But one thing I don't get about the Reds is everybody's like, sell the team, which I think they should. Like how are you going to stand there and say, where are you going to go? I don't know if this is true, but someone told me today that the Florence Y'alls, like the minor league team, like,
That's their name.
yeah, like, because they got the big tower that says, welcome Florence, y'all. And,
I didn't know that.
but I guess now they made sure it's like, where y'all going to go and
Right.
start selling them, But
Maybe we can do it like the Packers, and like we just own it as
that would be
a
cool.
city.
That would be cool.
That'd be badass, wouldn't it?
And the reason that they do that is because if someone, the whole reason they do that is because they want it to stay there, because it's the smallest market. If an owner, well, probably not Green Bay since it's such an established historic franchise,
Right.
but like they say, if one actual single person bought it, they would just, the market's so small
They'd move.
They move in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Go to St. Louis. Or California. That's where. Sacramento. Yeah, there you go. Seriously. They don't have a football team. That's how people would see it. They're like, hey, California is pretty much still another country. It's attached to America. So.
If you take L.A. County and Orange County, which is kind of like Claremont or like Warren County, kind of.
Yeah.
If you take those two, they would be the fourth or fifth largest state.
That's crazy.
California itself has like a top 10 economy or something like that. Something I don't know. I saw
California's like the 8th largest economy in the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Heard
And it
that.
has it has more people in its state than Canada does, the whole country.
And then all of Canada's in like 2 cities.
Yeah. Oh, wait, do you know? Do you know how big? Do you know how big Texas is? Like, you can fit so many European countries in Texas. Like, I think Texas is like equivalent to like Ukraine, or like the size, like maybe like driving distance across, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Texas is pretty big, I think.
Play.
Yeah. And Alaska, man, that's huge.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So
A lot of untapped territory there too.
yeah. But no one. It's cold up there.
Bro, with global warming, we're about to find out what some shit. We are.
Remember what I told you about climate change? Got to be politically correct. Climate change.
Well, the climate is changing
Well, yeah.
compared to what we're used to.
It was 85, and now it's like probably like 65.
You know? Like when our great
I was gonna say
grandchildren, like if it changes for them, at the end of the day, for them, that's climate change.
It is, but like I told you last week, I care about it, but I don't care about it too much.
God.
No, I mean, hey, listen, I hate littering.
Our kids are gonna hate us. Like
No,
our
no,
great
no.
grandkids are gonna hate us so much.
I never litter, but now I've come to hate it because I got this dog out here that just randomly showed up one day.
Yeah.
And I burn my trash, so there's no trash around. I wake up every morning, there's trash in the yard. Like, where do you find this?
Why do you
Like, I don't own this. Where is that at?
you burn all your trash?
Yeah, well, we don't have a, Rumkey doesn't come out here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So oh.
No. I mean, it's like concealed. You know, it's like, it's not, I don't burn out in the open.
Dude, that's crazy.
So-
Rumpke won't even.
Now you got me all paranoid. Yeah. But
Oh.
yeah, no, I don't know what other people do.
Yeah, what's everybody doing on this block, on the street?
I don't know. According to him, maybe I should get with them.
Right. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Well, you know, some of them could be
Yeah.
getting. That's where the dog is getting its trash,
Yeah.
dumping it somewhere. Hopefully not. I'm joking.
Watch
Partially.
this go viral, and then like, you know, sheriff shares up. So what are you doing with your trash? I don't know.
I don't think I've said my name yet, so I'm good.
Yeah. I haven't said my name either.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
we haven't
we're
said
good.
names. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're good.
so.
No names.
Eric.
You better stop.
Yeah, but anyway, about the climate change, is it going to affect us? Probably not.
It might, look, this is what
I mean, it will, but are we going to care when it does?
bro. This is what I'm worried
Look at
about.
this guy.
Listen, this is what I'm worried about. What I worry about, one of the things that I worry about, there's many, but one of the ones I think about a lot, in all seriousness, if it's like warmer throughout the year, that means bugs. That means bugs have more time.
I hope it's cold as fuck then.
Bro,
Good.
you said what? Oh, they're dying. So
Good.
we're good for right now? All right, so we're good for now. I'm just going to go to the quarter climates. I'm staying in, like, you know, here. I'll go up to Canada. Huh?
Have you ever noticed, like in the past few years, that it's either there is no spring or fall.
Right.
It's like
Jump right into it.
right now. I mean, yeah, it was hot. That was like that was a summer day, but last week that could be considered like a warm winter. You know, I mean, that's not like spring or fall, but I mean, it's about to be May. Like 2 years ago, it was like 48 degrees in the middle of May. Why is that? You know? And I just, like, October, it's like hot as fuck in October sometimes.
Yeah, like
know what I mean?
I remember like conditioning in basketball, it'd be snowing. It'd be snowing out there.
Mm-hmm. And have you ever noticed, like, I mean, maybe it's just an Ohio thing, but I swear it never snows in December, a significant amount.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be like a
not in
dusting.
the holiday cheery
Yeah,
way, no.
but January, it just like pours down.
Like you're waiting for it at Christmas, you're like, oh, just this one day. Mm-hmm. And then it does it for like all January. You're like, fuck you.
Yeah. So, I mean, is climate change real? Of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I care about it. Like, don't get me wrong, but I don't know.
I think that's really cool.
It's like one of those things. Like I care about it, but I don't have enough information to really say, tout an opinion about it.
I'd like to see the technology that's out there that can help with it to mitigate, or mitigate our living standards with it.
A farmer told me one time.
For farmers, for example.
Yeah, a farmer told me one time, like I don't know, it was like raining really, really hard one day, and something got brought up about climate change, or I might have cracked a joke. I'm like, it's this climate change, man. It's real. He's like, it's got to be something. I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, it used to never rain like this. When was the last time we've actually like had just a kind of consistent, like soft rain all night long? Never. It seems like when it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
If it's not, I really don't know what I'm saying, but
no, you said it right.
It's not like a slow rain.
Right.
Or like, it's like hard rain and like trees are down, wind and shit.
No, it's
like it's not.
It's definitely changing.
Yeah.
I like I said, the only part that I worry about is the landscapes, of course, the animals that could migrate off of that, mammals. So who knows if we get bears and stuff all of a sudden in Ohio. That changes shit.
I'll fuck a bear up.
I'm telling you, it will change everything when you walk out the door and there's a big brown bear out there. It's like, damn, I got to worry about this now? Or bugs.
No one likes bugs.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Everyone loves summer, but they hate bugs. You can't lie. You hear...
It's like you got to pick or choose.
Yeah. I don't care how tough you are. When you hear that bee buzzing around, you're like,
that's why
where's that?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad I don't live in the what was that old Little House on the Prairie days?
Yeah,
because I definitely would choose the warmer weather. But I live in a time where my house can be very warm, and you know what? I don't have to deal with bugs during the winter.
Yeah,
and I really I don't like to deal with bugs. I'm not scared of them.
It's just they're kind of gross.
It's just pesky everywhere. It's like I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
So just thinking about them, like I know you were saying that they're dying at a fast rate, but like if they were, able to adjust, and then now they got 2, 3, 4 more months to do their thing. Oh my God, we're gonna be in for it, man.
Isn't there like a old adage that like when 5 years after bees go extinct, the human race will like die off or something? Aren't bees like really, really important? Like pollen and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, you love killing them.
What do you mean?
And you ever like step on a bee and you just feel proud? Like
no,
you ain't stinging me,
angry
fool.
bastard. What is wrong with you?
What?
That bee had a job.
Yeah.
To
piss me off.
You
and it worked.
God. Do you like honey?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Why?
How dare you?
Go out to the home place. You got to get some local natural honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you got to do now.
Yeah.
You got to buy some honey.
And like local natural honey, it's like just honey. A lot of this stuff has like sugar added to it and whatnot. And just normal honey itself, you're kind of just like,
Good.
I mean, it's good,
like
but
it.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like the stuff you buy at the store has a sweeter taste.
Yeah.
But this stuff like
natural heartburn that comes with it, though.
Supposedly, I think it helps like with your allergies or something. Like if you like take a spoonful of local honey,
that makes sense, right? Because it's made from flowers.
I don't know. I mean,
so while you're over here killing bees, bastard.
No, I'm not killing. I'm only killing a bee. Actually, you know what surprises me? Like they say, don't piss bees off, but if you're mowing and then like a bee's on a flower and you're like kind of scared, you're like, okay, do I go over it? And then it just like. You either like when you go over it, you're like, okay, it died or it flew away, and you're expecting it to get stung. You're like, all right, well, unless they know what's going on,
Have you ever seen one like chase somebody? Like literally, like go in there.
There was a hole like this yard here. There was a hole like with yellow jackets.
Yeah.
When I was like real young, like 3 or 4, and they told us, like all the grandkids, they told us like, don't mess with that hole. What do? Took a tobacco stick, shoved that thing in there. Oh, Oh, yeah. Oh, I found out. Oh, I cried for days. My face was swollen. I
So,
looked like a damn
okay.
chipmunk.
Okay, so let's unpack this. So your hatred for bees goes back to the whole. That's what it is.
No. I don't hate bees, and I want them to do well.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
It's just like when you come up on a bee and you're minding your own business and it's buzzing. You're like, okay, do I need to step back, or are you just doing your thing, or what? You know what I mean? Like,
It's kind of like a rabid dog for me. Like it's like taking up space, and it's like I'm not gonna, unless it's like I know what you mean in the car or something, but I just don't hear people go out of the way to.
yeah.
Go be,
Sorry, guys, I gotta head out.
Uh,
All right.
yes, sir.
See ya.
6 o'clock. Yep. Okay, I'll be there.
In the morning?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
I live, bro. I
Really?
need to get back to it too because
Yeah.
it affects my work.
Catch you later.
I'm like more.
Appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah, man. Hey, next time you're talking.
Yeah. Good seeing you.
Yep. I remember. It affects my work. So
You kind of feel like the shoulders have dropped a little bit.
I don't know. No, I felt
No,
pretty comfortable.
yeah.
I actually like the reference too, being able to like the
And
third
I'm
grade.
actually excited to see like how if anybody's gonna be able to hear his voice.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
but at the same time, it's gonna be cool. Like we're just gonna be like talking and asking questions and then responding with the listener not being able to hear what the response is.
I just hope that he didn't have like expectations of like this is going to be like a educational. We're going to be talking about real estate today.
No,
and,
no.
101.
No, I mean I might bring like a real estate agent on here sometime.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, just to like talk about stuff, like
Yeah.
talk about like basic questions, or
Yeah.
I want he knows finance and economics. I'd talk to him
Yeah.
like I would really want to talk about the stock market.
Yeah.
Like really, how does someone like Elon Musk? I mean, he can tweet about anything, and like
Control the market.
if he says something good about it, it goes up. If he says something bad, it goes down.
Influence, man. That's
Yeah.
the internet. It's so funny because it shows how much power as the population of people we have. Because it's just like if nobody gave a shit about Elon Musk, even with his money, if nobody gave a fuck, we'd be like, Elon just posted something again, but he knows that he's got followers and
Yeah.
he uses it in that way.
Yeah.
So really, really smart of him. I don't blame him for doing it.
But I know exactly what he means by the platform needs transformed. Twitter's been boring for years.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I can't really explain it because you don't know Twitter that well.
Right.
But like I've lost hundreds of followers, and I was like, I didn't care because I don't get on it very much. But I was like,
That's a lot.
Why is it doing that?
Yeah.
And so I like went into my followers, and there were like I found out that the users that don't tweet anymore or they don't use it, they take away the people they follow. So like say you followed 40 people, okay? And then you don't use it for a significant amount of time.
Right.
They're going to take away that 40 people. They don't take away your followers, but they take away the people you follow.
I got you.
So, and there were a bunch of accounts I saw like so-and-so following 0 people. And I'm like, oh, so that's why I'm losing it. So like, it must be like Twitter taking it down, or that, that must be a thing, like the fine print. Like if you don't use this, you're going to lose the people you follow.
Yeah, it's such a touchy, like not a subject, if you will, but like who was I watching? It might have been Dave Packman, who's he's more of like a progressive podcaster, if you will, and he's kind of along the lines with Kyle Kalinske and them, and they were talking about how like YouTube is starting to kind of mess with their ratings and their views and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's like you're starting to see that across the board with, places like Twitter and stuff like that. I just don't, like at the barbershop when we were talking about it, the guy was just like, oh, yeah, that's really cool, if Elon, if he gets it. And I'm like, yeah, but we got to be careful because we don't, for me, I think things are better like a library, like the police, even though some people have their disagreements and agreements, firefighters, all that stuff. If Twitter was made something like that, and that's what it was going, I'd be like, okay, because now we all have a say in it, right? But of course, we live in America. That's not going to happen. And giving that power to one person, even though I'm used to seeing that, I don't like that. I don't like it. And we already see what happens when a few minds have it, and they're able to take out the president.
Yeah.
Like the president, like they wouldn't have done it to Obama. But Obama, okay.
Oh, no. If they did that to Obama, they would get ridiculed.
Well, Obama wouldn't say anything crazy.
No.
But he would still, so he'd be protected in that way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I get what people are saying about Trump. Like, that's the thing about, I love talking to Trumpsters and Republicans that defend it, because they're like, oh, the media was like so against him. It's like, okay, stop. Like, just like Floyd Mayweather. It's just, how many people, I freaking hate Floyd Mayweather. Wrong, right, indifferent. You understand. You can't say you don't understand. I'm not saying I don't hate him, but he talks. He talks a lot.
Barely.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Like that's one thing I don't like about him is like he has to think about what he says, which yes, that can be a good thing, but it's like
you just did it. You're doing it now. Look at
yeah. But like if you were to ask him a question, he would be like, "Look, here's the thing. Why I flaunt my money and my earnings and all the stuff I have is because I can."
Yeah, no.
He takes that big pause and like I don't know if he's like trying to,
It's like you're trying to say the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say it. Like multiple times here in this very podcast, I've just like mumbled off and like, about the raining and pouring, and I admitted I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I know what you
mean. The Trump thing is like, don't get rid of him. Don't take him off.
Doesn't do anything.
It does nothing.
It actually emboldens his followers and him, because now, even if you think he wasn't right, he looks like he's right. And then if you believe that he was right, he definitely is.
I can see it playing out just like this. I don't know if it'll happen, but it wouldn't shock me if it did. That Elon acquires Twitter. He brings back Trump. Trump's first tweet is, "I'm running in 2024."
And that's,
oh, bro, that would break the internet. That would be That would almost be as big as when Jordan sent the fax, "I'm back." Listen,
do you know Donald Trump probably would have the biggest smile on his face if he heard you say that?
Actually, you know what Trump should do? He should just say, like, when he gets back on Twitter, it's inevitable. He's going to get, like, somehow, some way he's going to get back on. And he's on there. He's paying some little assistant or whatever to be like, "Hey, tweet this," or "Fuck it, give me that thing."
Tweet, "I'm
Kafifi.
Back. Tweet, "I'm back" with the Drake back-to-back song.
Yeah.
That would be pretty boss, though. I don't even like to do it. I'd be like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Do you remember when he tweeted something? I don't know. I forget what he was trying to tweet, but he tweeted something. It's like Kafifi. Yeah, and then everybody ridiculed because it was like a typo. Yeah. And that's a thing. Like, I understand typos are a thing here and there, but as a public figure,
you gotta make that shit right.
You have to be on that,
right?
Yeah. And like Stephen A. Smith, he'll what he's saying, but he might like skip a word or like say something wrong or like spell something wrong, but in he has to tweet as fast as he possibly can.
Yeah.
Because like if KD hits a buzzer beater and then he writes a paragraph or something real quick and then he reads it over. Well, you just hit that 5 minutes ago. Somebody might have already stole that and made your point. You know what I'm saying?
And when you're talking like a lot, like
it's like you just gotta shoot the gun. You can't really aim it when in that perspective.
Yeah, and like you're gonna make mistakes whenever you're writing or talking a lot. So like, and you don't even think about it, but like right now you're probably even going through it, like where there's a talking endurance that you have to keep up.
Yeah,
so you're not just kind of blabbing. You actually want to kind of think about what you're saying.
And also like not having like awkward moments, because like even here I think there have been like maybe like 2 awkward moments, like we haven't been like so
you're
how
right.
about that weather,
A loss of
but,
words, right?
you know, and then when I listen back to this, there's probably gonna be a lot of but that's a good thing about this is, you know, we're gonna listen to it and then the time's right there, I'm a dumbass. So like we're gonna listen to it, and there'll be times like I'll say something and I'll stutter, or you know,
That's normal.
yeah, that's
If you listen to
normal.
any
But-
podcast
but-
or any news,
yeah.
that happens.
Yeah,
Nobody's
but-
perfect.
Yeah, but I really don't care about that. But that's the difference between this and Twitter. Like when you tweet something, now you can edit it, but people are still gonna see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I spell something completely wrong and I'm like, okay, hold on, let me go back. Yeah, I can do that. But here, I can at least proofread what I'm saying or something like that. Now I'm actually worried about what he said about burning trash. I don't burn trash.
What are you talking about? Rumpke comes by here,
Yeah,
fair
Rocky comes
taxes.
there, yeah. I pay my taxes.
No. It's funny because like I was thinking about that last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, and you know I'm making my calls, and I kind of hit that kind of like, so there's plateaus that you hit.
Real quick, are you bad at texting because you're on the phone constantly and you'll get a text during it and then you'll forget about it? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm terrible at texting just because I will I have to think about sometimes my message, and then so I am like I have my personal line that I'm texting people, which isn't that much to be honest with you, and then my work line though, I'm texting, trying to reach at least 200 different people a day. I probably hit maybe average of like 70, maybe 80. But these people are texting back, and I need this, and yes, I have property, and da-da-da-da. So you're just like constantly trying to respond, and then you're trying to call and have healthy conversations, right? And that's what I was talking to one of my guys. I'm like, you know, it's tough when, you know, I can hit this 55 or 50 call mark, but then there's a difference of, hey, this is my name. Do you have anything? Click. Where, you know, me, you know, I'm like, hey, like, how long have you been doing this? Like, okay, is that a dog in the background? Like, what kind of dog is that, you know? And like really just trying to connect, you know, on the level, especially when it gets you paid. Like, I would not give a fuck if it didn't get me paid, but.
Whenever I hear of sales jobs and they're like, you got to be on the phone, like you got to be making 100 calls a day or like, you know, 75 calls before lunch, I'm like, that's a lot of fucking calls, my guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll tell you this. When I worked in the warehouse and then I was going into sales, because my mindset was, you know, work smarter, not harder. And I'm like, and, you know, so I'm like, I'm going to go work in sales where you can make a lot of money. And, you know, this is going to be really easy. Look, people look at some of these things that they endure in life and they're like, you know how they stop sometimes because there's a little bit of resistance is what I like to say. You know, not everything's easy. It's just you're not used to it. And that was one of the things I was like, whoa, there really is an endurance and like when you're making these calls and you're just like constantly, you know, hey, how you doing? No. Hey, how you doing? No. But you know what, you know, usually helps is at least just trying to care, you know. So yeah, it's definitely there's a work in it. There's art in it.
well, boss man over there says we got to hang it up. It's almost that time.
Playtime is over.
Yeah, you got anything else to say?
Dude, I'm excited that, you know, like you said, I looked over and, you know, I was like, you know, getting kids the dinner and tell them, I'm like, hey, can you watch them while I go? And I was like, hey, you know, I'm talking on a podcast. Look, I look straight in their eye. You know, when you look somebody straight in their eye just to see, like, I can't wait to tell them this because I want to see their reaction.
You want to know the reaction?
Yeah, I want to see. And, you know, she just looked at me like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
This, you know, it's like one of those things I know she's going to be able to, she'll be talking about to somebody. My sister will probably text me and be like, heard you're doing podcasts now. Seriously, that's how it works.
All right, this might sound douchey, but I've never even thought about this. Should I end with a quote? Nah, I mean, no, like I don't.
Now that you're trying to figure out how to end it,
No. I'm probably not. But I just wanted to. There was something I wanted to say, but we'll
you
talk
can
about
end it on a positive note, I guess.
No, but
I always like ending it on a positive note.
do you ever have one that we're gonna go over a little bit, whatever? Do you ever have one of those days where you just sleep the night before perfectly and you wake up and you're just perfectly rested, like all your energy? Yeah, that was this morning, and that like the first thing, like when I woke up, you know how when you wake up and you either know you're fully rested or you're still tired. Now I didn't hop out of bed, but from the time I woke up, I was standing up and doing stuff within 3 minutes of me waking up. And first thing I thought of, well, I checked the time and then I checked the score of the game, see who won. But then the first thing I was like, man, I heard a quote one time that said, if you win the morning, you win the day. And I'm like, It's over. Like,
started strong,
yeah,
man.
The day's already won. I've already,
Exactly.
it's already going to be a successful day. So,
Yeah, you start out strong. Yep.
and I hope that goes into next week, or I hope it goes into like this week right now. You know,
I feel the momentum. I think.
Yeah,
I think that the fact that we did this.
Yeah.
You know, going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now all I gotta do is learn how to get it on Spotify, because you don't just make, it's weird. You don't make an account. I think from what I understood, you don't make an account on Spotify. You just like
upload it.
You go through there's like a middleman. You know, you make an account on this, you upload that, and then they upload it to Spotify. So I don't know if they like listened to it before or what, but
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
So.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Oh, wait a minute. Is there an ending? Is there an exit song? I'll do it if you want me to.
Hit the thing.
I'll hit you with that Barry White.
Hit the red button.
Oh, there is.